Hey gang, Uncle Todd here with Sunny. And in February, we have a film that's not great, not too bad, fairly good. Mostly because of the talent of the cast involved. It's another one of those questionable titles, Dr. Black and Mr. Hyde. Interestingly, the main character's name is not Black. It's Pride. Henry Pride instead of Henry Jekyll. And it's a nice little illusion there. Pride comes before the fall. Henry Pride is a specialist in liver diseases. And he has won many awards for his great work. And he also helps out at a free clinic. And when we see the free clinic, that's when we begin to suspect there may be some problems with this flick. Yeah, free clinic and thrift shop. I don't know, that was pretty standard in poor neighborhoods where you had to sublet out things from stores. But anyway, the main story is that Henry is working on a serum that can replenish damaged liver cells. If you're suffering from cirrhosis, you take this and the liver would repair itself. He's been experimenting on lab rats, and his latest concoction has an unexpected side effect.
Looks like they had a free fall, huh?
Yes, the one that was injected had turned white and killed all the other rats. This is a warning sign that maybe he needs to tinker with it some more. Instead, he's thinking of maybe human experiments might be the thing. And as luck would have it, a new liver patient has been brought in who's on death's door. Now he just has to wait to see what the effect will be. But he's not the one that actually sees it. Apparently her heart gave out. She was too far gone. Also, when she died, she reverted back to normal. When Henry is notified of her passing, he decides not to wait for there to be another patient to come in. And taking some of the serum home, he tries it on himself. Got to backtrack a little bit. One of the patients at the free clinic is a lady of the evening named Linda. And they have kind of a little back and forth repartee between them. Kind of flirting, kind of not. And in his new condition, he goes to look for her. And when people don't want to be helpful when he's asking for directions, he kind of takes it personal. Having finally found the place where he's looking for, he goes to invite Linda out back. I don't know.
Man,
Come outside with me now.
I said get away from me.
Linda!
Say, man, you heard the lady. She said she don't know you.
He trashes the place. Getting cut by a knife, he runs out and reverts back to Henry Pride. So that the people chasing, when they get outside, they don't see that weird guy that was fighting everybody. The next day at the clinic, Henry invites Linda to dinner. And she thinks, oh, and I suppose we go back to your place afterwards and spend the night. And he says, no, it's nothing like that. So she accepts, and they go out to dinner. And after dinner, he stops at this place where he tells her it was a former bordello. And his mother used to work there. And then things get really dark.
My mother worked much too hard, and she was very lonely. She drank a lot. She developed this liver condition. One evening, she was fixing us dinner, and she turned to me to say something. And she just fell over. I didn't know what to do. Somebody got to help my mama. Somebody got to help my mama. And one of those ladies opened the door.
Man, Bernie Casey knocked that scene out of the park. Explains his character's obsession with trying to cure liver disease. And it also foreshadows what's going to happen later in the movie. Anyway, takes Linda back to his place for a surprise. But it's not the surprise she's thinking.
It is still somewhat experimental, but I have great faith and confidence that this serum can totally regenerate damaged liver tissues and cells.
Just what do you mean by somewhat experimental?
Well, there are some side effects that I'm not yet sure of.
You want to use me for some type of human guinea pig, is that it? No, thanks.
When he gets insistent, she makes a deal. If he takes a shot first, she'll go along. So he does.
Look at my hands. Look at my face. You know what I know. You feel what I feel.
How about that? Somebody, for once, does something smart in a horror film. Well, when she gets away, the doctor, with that serum pumping through him, goes out and finds someone else to take out his frustration on.
Find out who she was.
Yeah. Miss Sally Lewis lived in the complex. She was a hooker.
Yep. His deep-seated anger at late-night working women, as it were, is starting to manifest in his new personality, and it's not pretty. Those two are the detectives who will be investigating this case and will pop up from time to time. But Like in most of these films, they really don't do much but eat up time and supply pretty funny quips. Meanwhile, back at the lab, Henry's running into a problem with his fiance/partner.
But I found some of that serum missing again this morning.
Are you accusing me?
Yes. Look, I know how important this project is to you, but if we get involved in anything illegal, it's going to ruin us.
Don't worry about me, okay, Billy? I'm all right.
I don't think so. Especially considering he swipes some more serum and then later that night, as this one happened near the Moonlight Lounge where Linda works, two detectives question everyone at the lounge, eventually getting to Linda.
Well, has anybody new come in here? Any strangers?
Don't get too many strangers. Wait.
Yes?
There.
Yes?
No, it's nothing.
Well, if you think of anything else, miss, would you please give us a call? Here's my card.
Yeah, they know she's holding something back, but can't really force her to say whatever it is. They don't know what it is. Next night, fortunately, Henry strikes again. The next morning, reading about the rampage he went on, Henry's starting to feel some remorse. Some remorse.
This is no nightmare, Dr. Pride. You're real. And it's too late to change.
Ugh. See the way his face changed there? Bernie Casey, great actor. Anyway, Linda, after this next batch of killings, can't take it anymore. She calls Henry and asks to meet and tells him flat out he's got to turn himself in. If he doesn't, she'll go to the police and do it for him. And not replying to her, he does have an interesting statement to make after she leaves.
I'm sorry you said that. I can't help myself. And I will not let you turn me in.
After that, Linda goes to the police and she tells the detectives everything she knows. They're not quite sure what to make of it.
Okay. Well, she reads the paper about this black doctor and she concocts this fantasy. The black doctor turns white at night, huh?
Well, like I said, I'm going to check it out anyway, Harry.
So, that's Detective Jackson. He goes and talks to Billy, but doesn't really learn much. That night, Henry goes after Linda. That was Linda's friend Bernice, who had two children that Linda liked to watch now and then because she couldn't have kids of her own. Well, Henry chases her through quite a hectic chase throughout parts of Watts until she barricades herself in an old workshop. Fortunately for Henry, the police have been notified about a crazy man tearing up that side of the town, and they converge on him. We're trapped at the Watts Tower. He drops Linda and begins to climb it, which leads to a problem.
You can't fire on these towers, Harry. It'd be like firing on the Lincoln Monument.
But apparently they can. And thus, we have another tragic ending for a man who just wanted to make the world a better place. Good movie. Not great, as I said, but except for a few cringy moments here and there, it's not bad. Of course, the acting is what really elevates this. I mean, it is basically the story of a black physician who takes a serum that turns him into a homicidal white man. Which they even joke about at one point in the movie. But yeah, the acting. Bernie Casey. And what an actor. He's actually an extremely talented man. He was an NFL football player. And he is a noted painter who's had several showings. He once said that painting's his real passion. If he could have been paid for painting, he wouldn't have gotten into football. But he's had a great career. Didn't have a lot of starring roles, but was a great supporting actor. He was in Cornbread, Earl and Me. He was also in Sharky's Machine with Burt Reynolds. The James Bond film, Never Say Never Again, as Felix Leiter. And he played a teacher in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and the head of a fraternal organization in Revenge of the Nerds. Phenomenal. And he really sells this film. You believe he is that dedicated, that obsessive, that driven. And he sounds like he knows what he's talking about when he puts out the scientific jargon. You know, a lot of times you'll have an actor, they'll give him this tech-heavy speech, and it just sounds horrible. But, you know, he's got that Star Trek thing, you know, where you can just rattle off scientific stuff, and it sounds plausible. And I like that there are moments when he's got regret, remorse, wondering what he's doing to himself, and then his darker side will take over, and he's got to continue. We also have the great Jetu Kumbada, who you may remember from Blackula, and he doesn't have a lot to do in this film, but he does get some great lines.
Well, you know, if it had been the regular bit, like a murder, stabbing, shooting, beating, then we could understand it and have the proclivity to solve it.
We don't know nothing, stuff.
Brother man, this situation is rapidly becoming insalubrious.
Hey, wait a minute.
Insalubrious. Yeah, I like him. As for the two females, Rosalind Cash, she's I think she's probably best known for playing with Charlton Heston in The Omega Man. And she's ill-served by this script. She has almost nothing to do. Just a shame. She's a very good actress. Marie Henry, who plays Linda, she's a regular in these action films like Three the Hard Way. And she does a really good job as the working girl with a heart of gold, shall we say. And she actually makes it believable. And as I love the reaction she has when confronted with getting the injection from Henry. And yeah, why don't more people in horror films act like that? You know, smart. But I guess if they did, there wouldn't be much of a movie, would there? Yeah, I enjoy this film. It has some really great moments in it. And some cringy moments too. So it's not all gravy. Got to take the good with the bad. Please hit like, share, and subscribe. And stay after the credits for my favorite scene, which I originally saw in a TV ad for it when I was a kid. And the scene just stuck with me all these years. So much so that when I finally saw it in a video store in the 90s, I had to rent it. And I'm glad I did.